Welcome guys, this is Killer here, and today I'm going to be making my predictions for the first round of March Madness, also known as the NCAA tournament. But without further ado, I'm going to jump right into this video, and I'll do all the explaining of everything at the end of this video. Alright, so starting in the Midwest region of the bracket, we have Kansas versus either NC Central or UC Davis. I have Kansas winning. Miami versus Michigan State. I have Miami. Iowa State versus Nevada. I have Iowa State. Purdue versus Vermont. I have Purdue. Creighton versus Rhode Island. I have Creighton. Oregon versus Iona. I have Oregon. Michigan versus Oklahoma State. I have Michigan winning. And Louisville versus Jacksonville State. I have Louisville winning. So that is it for the Midwest part of the bracket, or the Midwest region of the bracket. Moving on down to the South region of the bracket. So we have UNC, which is the North Carolina Tar Heels. We have UNC versus Texas Southern. I have UNC. Arkansas versus Seton Hall. I have Arkansas. So this was also another one that I actually picked Seton Hall to have the upset here, but I actually went back and looked at it some more, and I actually decided to pick Arkansas instead. So we have Arkansas versus Seton Hall. I picked Arkansas. So Minnesota versus Middle Tennessee. I picked Middle Tennessee with the upset, because if you guys remember, last year in the NCAA tournament, a lot of people's brackets were busted immediately after the Middle Tennessee Michigan State game, because Middle Tennessee beat Michigan State in the first round, and it was actually pretty heartbreaking. Like, nobody actually was expecting that. Nobody. Alright, so anyways, moving on, I think Middle Tennessee is going to get another upset this year against Minnesota. Then we have Butler versus Winthrop. Never heard of them in my life. I have Butler. Cincinnati versus either Wake Forest or Kansas State. I have Cincinnati winning. UCLA versus Kent State. I have UCLA. Dayton versus Wichita State. I have Wichita State with the upset. And then, last but not least, Kentucky versus Northern Kentucky. Pretty weird coincidence, right? But I have Kentucky winning this game. So moving on to the East region of the bracket. The first game is Villanova versus either Mount St. Mary's or New Orleans. I have Villanova winning against either of them. Then we have Wisconsin versus Virginia Tech. I have Wisconsin. Virginia versus UNC Wilmington. I have Virginia. Then we have Florida versus Eastern Tennessee State. I have Florida. SMU versus either Providence or USC. I have SMU. Baylor versus New Mexico State. I have Baylor. South Carolina versus Marquette. I have Marquette with the upset. That kind of rhymes, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I have Marquette with the upset versus South Carolina. And then Duke versus Troy. I have Duke. So moving on to the last region of the bracket, the West region. And this is actually where the best team in the whole NCAA tournament is. And that's Gonzaga, who lost one game all year. Pretty impressive. So Gonzaga versus South Dakota State. I have Gonzaga. Northwestern versus Vanderbilt. I have Northwestern. Notre Dame versus Princeton. I have Notre Dame. Sorry, Princeton. I know it's your first time in the tournament, but your dreams are going to be crushed by Notre Dame. Then we have West Virginia versus Bucknell. I don't even know who Bucknell is, but West Virginia is who I have. Maryland versus Xavier. I think that's how you pronounce it. Xavier, I'm not sure, but I have Maryland. Then it is Florida State versus Florida Gulf Coast. I have Florida State. Then we have St. Mary's versus VCU. I have VCU with the upset over St. Mary's. And then last but not least, the final game of my predictions, Arizona versus North Dakota. I have Arizona. So, explaining what I was saying when I said those games, they would have to be playing either da-da-da or yada-yada. When I said that, like, there are these teams, there is teams that have to play. Okay, so there are teams that have to play. When I said those games, like, let's just take, for example, up here, when I said Kansas versus either NC Central or UC Davis. NC Central and UC Davis have to play each other because they're so close and how well they did during the season. They have to play each other to actually get a seed in the tournament. So that's how close they are. So that's what I meant when I said, like, Kansas will have to play either NC Central or UC Davis. That is what I meant by that. So just going to run the number one seeds by you real quick. The number one seeds in this tournament are Villanova, Kansas, North Carolina, and Gonzaga. And like I said, Gonzaga is the best team in this whole tournament as they only lost one game all year. So I actually have Gonzaga going all the way, but we'll leave the rest of it for the next predictions video. So anyways, guys, that is going to do it for this video of predictions for the NCAA tournament. So I'm looking forward to making predictions for this NCAA tournament. So I think it's going to be pretty fun to see how many I get right and how many I get wrong. But yeah, so that is going to be it for this video of predictions. So if you guys did enjoy the video, then please slap that like button, subscribe for my predictions for the round of 32, which is going to have to come out like right after the round of 64 ends, which is Friday. And the round of 32 actually starts Saturday, so I'm going to have to upload that very quickly after the round of 64 ends. So yeah, but with that being said, I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.